Hi love, welcome back to Chi Diaries. My name is Chi, a Nigerian YouTuber based in Port Harcourt. This video is going to be me showing you how to get these juicy curls on your braids. So to start off, you need to make sure that your hair is completely done, like you're done with your braids and you have trimmed your braids. Now because I want the curls to be kind of bouncy and big, I didn't braid my hair all the way to the end of the, like through the whole length. I stopped leaving a little distance where I want the curls to be, so that the hair is going to be fuller. If you want your braids to be not as, like, with a less density, then you can braid the hair completely before coiling the hair like this. Now it is also very important that you choose the hairs to coil from the same area. As you can see, I parted her hair into three sections. This is the back part of her head, then I have the middle part and the front, and I am going to coil it in that order. So for the hairs at the her lower back head, I just start off where I want the coils to start. I use a string. I am using Brazilian wool, just a yarn thread. Any thread or string that doesn't stretch will be fine, and if it is not too thin, it is also better. So if you're going to be using like those sewing, the threads that are used to fix weave during sewing, you need to double up the thread like 4 or 6 times to make it kind of thick. Also, it is very essential that you have whoever you're coiling her hair sit up, because if you are in a weird position, you might miscalculate the length of the hair. Let's say if she bends to the right at now where I am, I can mistakenly go, like when she now returns to her center position after I am done coiling the hair, I will find out that one side is longer than one side. So have your client or your sister or whoever you're making her hair sit upright and in the center. That way you'll be able to approximate where you want the braids to be. So next, I sectioned off the front side. You can see it on her shoulder, and this is the middle part. I want the coils to form like a layer also, so you can see I went a little bit higher this time. Like I want it to form like 3 layers, so you will see that's what made it look so juicy and bouncy if I might say. So what else? Okay, the amount of hair you decide to coil, like the number of braids you coil at once, is going to determine how tight. Okay, it's one of the determining factors to how tight the braid is going to be. I am counting about nine of the braids, or 10. I think I was just working between 9 and 10. If I had chosen like 5 to make these coils, I am going to get a different result from when I am using this. And if I chose like 20, I will get looser, wavy type of coils. So the less the amount of hair you get, the tighter the coils you're going to get. So now I am done and I'm moving over to the front side. I want so that when she pushes her hair to the back, it is going to form, as I said, a kind of layer. You can make everything equal, it is also fine, but even from braiding the hair, I was already working in layers because the whole hair has the same length. So you understand what I'm saying. It's going to have like this flow layered effect. But going back to the coils, what else? The string to use, the amount of hair you use is going to affect how your coils is. If you braid your hair completely or you stop where you want to be coiled the way I did, it is also going to affect how full, like the volume of the hair in the coiled part. Okay, you see the distance. How to do this is when you choose the hair you want to coil, you go round from the starting point with your string up to at least 5 times until you feel like if you tug on the string it is not going to move again, then you know it is secured. Once you have gone round several times and it is secured, then you proceed. Guys, just hold on, let's work as I am showing. Okay, so I go around 1 2 3 4 times. Then once you start going down, make sure that the space in between each of these winding is equal. Those spaces should be equal. It is going to make your coils uniform. If they are not equal, once you squish up the hair, you're going to get like weird bends and turns. So try to make it equal. And guys, when you're working with hot water, of course, this is not time for your client or your sister to be talking and gisting and turning her hair around, because you can spill water on yourself or on your sister. And also try to use a container that has a handle. Don't mind me, something that have a steady handle, so that you cannot you won't have to touch the hot part of the container. And use something that is deep and narrow, so that the braid will have enough space to just go in. Don't use something that is wide and broad. So something deep and narrow is going to help you get most of the hair into the water and it will be contained. Now the best way for a beginner to lose this is cut off where you want the hair several times at the beginning, then stretch the hair just like this. Cut it off at where you want it like 4 5 times, stretch and cut out the base. It is advisable that you use a string that has a different color from your braids, because it is going to make this particular process easier. And also you really need to be careful when you're inserting the scissors into this place here, this position. Try to be careful, because it is very easy to just cut off your hair there. And if you're using a razor especially, please be very careful. So you see, you cut off where you want the hair about 4 5 times, draw the coils down and cut off the excess, like the tip. You cut off both where you ended the braids and also where you ended the braids, and the excess tip of the hair. You just cut everything off, trim it off at once. If you can have your client sit steady, it is going to help you work easier and faster. Apply some kind of gel or styling product that is going to help retain the coils. So I do use regular gel sometimes, and here I'm just using a styling mousse, which is also fine. What else? I was also careful in tapping off the water. Don't rough handle the coils, especially now that it is still very well wet. So I just apply this and squish it up, let it work it into the coils. And I guess that is it. You might still have to have whoever it is you're working on sit straight, then you trim if you need to. Guys, see, if the hair is too long, even if you trim it and it has like a blunt end before the coils, that look is also still fine. So don't be worried, you can still change it up and do what you want. So you can see the layers, like I have a lot of coils going on because of how I chose to do it. So if you wanted these coils to be tighter and smaller, you would coil like 5 braids at once, and you know, it's going to look different. This was the look I was going for. I just wanted delicious layered. You can see the layers I was talking about. Delicious layered, coily but not too tight coils. Look at that gorgeousness. Thank you so much for watching. Please watch the full tutorial of this hairstyle. It will be linked in the description box.